These guys don't need to go camp on some waves for 10 minutes or anything.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Surfing, you know? They're the Disruptor and Caller are a couple surfers. Just chilling out, hitting the waves, you know?
I hear you.
It's our new term. It's going to be so hot right now. All right, Tusk.
I knew it. I knew somebody was missing from those early bans, and it was the Tusk. I think he has actually been banned out every single game so far. Not surprised to see him paired up now for Infamous with the Oracle. I think a great support pair.
Yeah, he didn't show up last game, eh? But, I mean, our first series, he was banned all 3 games, first phase.
He wasn't banned last phase? In the first game here? No? Okay.
He was just chilling.
Chilling. All right, no Tusk then.
What offlane hero do we got here?
Ooh.
Working with the Shadow Shaman. Centaur actually looks pretty good this game. I generally like Centaur versus the Razor. You can help a lot of people get away from the static link. You can help for the snowball initiation too because it's so telegraphed. It pairs really well with the Shadow Shaman. I think Fnatic, someone ran that a lot at KL as well. I think both forward and I can't remember who it was. Might have been LGD, but I remember there was a lot of Shadow Shaman Centaur. So we'll see. Aside from that, what are the more common offlaners we've had today? Well,
Lesh.
He's been fairly common.
Lot of objective gaming here. Lone Druid, Shadow Shaman, Lesh, the big trio. Kill some towers.
And also as someone, like, one of the problems with Centaur, of course, is that you really don't want to end up in a lane versus the Razor. So Leshrac doesn't suffer that fate.
10 seconds remaining. Turn to ban.
Weaver.
Quick reaction.
Oh, you said the Mason special. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the ultimate Mason special. When you think Weaver, you think Mason. Not the other way around. Not you think Mason, you think Weaver. No, no, no. This man is so synonymous with this hero that when the Weaver pops up, there's no one else. It's just Mason. Does anyone else pop in your head when you think of Weaver? I don't think so. It's Mason
really.
Dota. This is his thing.
5 seconds remaining.
So is it a good Weaver game, though? I would say so,
Yes.
for the most part.
Looks great. Bug on the bear is very good. Helps take it down early. There's only the Hexies to worry about. Undying has nothing for the Weaver. Leshrac kind of has nothing for the Weaver. So,
A little bit light on control for the Infamous side. You're relying a lot on Tusk to get some good shards, kind of block people out for your Razor and Weaver to run them down.
They get rid of the Lycan possibly. That's an interesting one.
10 seconds remaining.
I think if I'm
5
Infamous, what am I
seconds
banning here?
remaining.
I guess it depends on what they want for their mid or off lane. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what they're looking for in the last pick. It kind of feels like it's going to be more of like an off lane-ish hero. And they're going to be a little bit stuck with this Raze in the mid lane just because they're 9th pick.
I almost like Tidehunter as the last choice for something beefy that has some team fight potential also.
Radiant
No
team
Viper threat to break him.
Oh,
They
I
take
saw
out
people
the
in the chat
Invoker.
talking about signature heroes and Abed signature heroes, and of course that is the one.
Fanatics turn
The
to
old
Meepo.
Invoker.
Wow, they'll pick up Underlord. My boy.
Okay, yeah, not the best hero. I mean, Undying obviously kind of okay just because it's a big BV strength hero, but certainly not a unlaneable situation here for the hero. And well, you said other signature heroes. That is true. The Meepo. I'm not exactly the world's largest Meepo expert. Seen a
10
couple
seconds
people playing it
remaining.
lately, like Dahak and everyone. Right off the top of my
5
head, doesn't look
seconds
that
remaining.
terrible of a Meepo game, but you still have to worry about the lanes, of course. Although their duos look all right, like Shaman, Lone Druid, Undying, Leshrac. Probably going to be the Shaman and the Leshrac together, and the Undying and the Lone Druid together.
I think Underlord tends to be pretty good against Meepo. I think the snare's pretty
Yeah, for
annoying,
sure.
and then the HP-based damage.
I think just aside from him, though, I would say it looks playable, but I don't think you want to force yourself into it.
choose your
Whoa.
hero.
Not a signature hero, but definitely something
Whoa.
that fits this tempo that they're looking at here, right? The Guardian Greaves build on the SF likely to come out here. And so we'll just
Alright.
get a full-on 5-man push. Oh, man, I love that Mushroom Shadow Shaman set. Big fan.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Interesting drafts here. Underlord is in a little bit of a similar vein to the Tidehunter I was thinking, like a really beefy frontliner, somebody that can initiate, has a little more damage, opens up for the sneaky plays with the ultimate. I like the Infamous lineup, but I don't have any complaints about what Fnatic has. I think they're really good at taking objectives. Their lanes look pretty decent. Their team fight's good. A lot of controls. They scale well into the late game. This Fnatic draft looks very well-rounded to me.
Yeah, I think I don't even know if I'd put it as well-rounded. I think it's just like super fast. The second these Greaves are up for SF, like basically the dream for this lineup is that the Greaves are done for the SF, and he has level 15 with the presence aura affects buildings, and they just go high ground and end the game. Or at least they put themselves in such a lead that it's uncomebackable for Infamous. What is up with that Razor chest piece? It looks like he's got Leshrac on his chest. Like the exact same color scheme.
He looks like a combination of Lesh and like Lich. He's got that kind of weird Lich armor going on.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this one.
That's a funky set.
It like doesn't match anything else he's going with. I don't know.
I do like this Tusk set though. The face, I think of this as Professor Tusk.
It looks like Mad Eye. Isn't there an eye on it? Mad Eye Moody or something? I don't do the Harry Potter.
Yeah, he looks like if Mad Eye Moody and Goku had a baby and then took Indiana Jones's job as a professor and went out as a treasure hunter and then cut off his hand and replaced it with a cannon. I don't know what's going on with that, but
oh my, look at this Weaver, level 24. That's only second to D-Stones. I saw D-Stones recently got to 25 on his Invoker. That was the first time I'd ever seen it in any pro game. Mason, if he can, grind out a couple of these EU pubs, because I know he wants to take advantage compared to NA pubs with everyone there. Ab at SF, I remember this. Not good.
I like. Yeah, it's a pretty serious grind to get to 25 with Dota Plus. It's a lot. That's a commitment, dare I say. Take a look at some starting items. And right now, DJ, only one with boots first. Slightly faster Shadow Shaman.
Trying to find the last game he played SF with Mason.
An Underlord up top. Looks like the Infamous lanes will be pretty straightforward. Underlord top, Razor mid, and old Weaver are going to be farming in the safe lane.
He actually
has team.
I was gonna say he actually only has 30 games as SF. It looks like the last. Wow, was that actually their last match? He played an SF game in a loss to Virtus Pro at the International. Of course, Mason played a Timbersaw there. So I don't know. I bet it went 10-4-9. So I don't know. I think we're putting that game on Forev. Maybe he was 7-7. And oh wait, never mind. They won. All right, we're good.
Whoop! Ice! Almost a first blood. Leshrac barely makes it back behind the tower, but that'll be an early salve. Up top, Underlord, almost a first blood also. Are they going to commit for it under the tower? 30 HP, Orb of Venom, but he's going to use a salve also. How far are they going to go for this? DJ with boots first says, guys, I think I got it, and he does.
Yeah, it was actually a 0-3-0 Ovid SF that lost to BP. So his last win was actually against Infamous. Oh,
no.
There you go. How interesting.
Moves and jabs, trading blows. It's actually Wu in the back line, just getting off right click after right click, but Mason cleans it up, secures the kill. That'll leave Ice all by his lonesome.
I'm still on this story. The last win with Mason, I just want to clarify. Not his last win on SF. He has played it more recently than that. But anyway, it's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine and dandy. What about? We talked a lot about the Fnatic draft. I guess for Infamous, it's obviously the Mason Dota. Kind of looks like a solo carry kind of a game. Your other two cores are Razor and an Underlord.
Look at this bottom lane, though. I mean, Mason's doing some serious work. He wants this Ice kill. Moose is also going to rotate in. They drop down a sentry, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Mason just turns to finish him off, and now Jarabs is going to get left behind. So good for this Infamous safe lane, Trent.
Yeah, 2 kills already for Mason. So he doesn't have the last hits, of course. He's been a little bit busy, but he'll be able to clear up this wave. But Ice is coming back with full mana, and Mason a little bit out of stock here. He might need that clarity from Moose after they push out the wave a little here or something.
DJ getting some value out of these boots, able to chase down the Underlord, cancel the salve. Both off lanes really struggling here. Obviously for Fnatic, Ice taking a tumble already, but Underlord not getting much in his top lane either.
Yeah, Mason's crazy. He just went in there, just got like flat out split earth there by Ice, and just slowly tangoing his way back up and gonna get healed by the Oracle here too. So not gonna be able to play very aggressively with the Shikuchis now unless they can really harass down jabs.
DJ hunting, drop the scan up top, trying to find this Underlord, but he's all the way back at the well. Pepita level 2. It's not been easy. Let's look at mid real quick while we have a moment. Shadow Fiend versus Razor. Razor favored at the moment.
Yeah, not a matchup that SF really has to worry about. Obviously, he's range based, so hard for the Razor to abuse the static link. And then, of course, if you get too close, you run into problems of just getting triple razed or something. And the SF can always just shove the wave once he hits like level 5 or so. So I'm not expecting a lot of problems here for Abed. And rotation-wise, the Tusk is a little bit of a concern, but he's dying currently.
Down bottom. Snowball will keep him alive, but not for long. Moose ends up going down. I'm like keeping my eyes fixed on DJ. He's still level 1, but he has just been unrelenting in preventing this Underlord from doing anything. He stacked up a little bit, started to clear it. DJ just walked over and said, "Oh, you want to share those with me? Oh, I didn't think so. Okay, I'll see you later."
Yeah,
Pepita has had just no impact. It's a free lane up here for the lone druid.
Yeah, he's playing that line like that too for the Shadow Shaman because he doesn't want him to get through and to cut and just grab the waves or anything like that, or even just like sit up there and kill the wave and TP out or something like that. So, and it looks like it's just going to be a little bit of a feed there from the Undying to get his mana back, the old classic. And they will now sentry and get some security on this bottom lane. Is Undying coming back with a sentry? He is not. He doesn't have the gold for it. So currently they have no detection down here for Mason, and he is almost back up to full mana here. So kind of has free reign if they want to try and go for a kill on DJ.
Yep, that's pulled the Shadow Shaman down. So at least Underlord can jungle to try to find his level 3. Still pretty slow going, but better than just running in circles under the tower, I suppose, which is about where he was at before.
He's going to have to start cutting the wave soon, though, because MP is going to be level 5. So if he wants to come play the wave, he's going to have to be far away from the lone druid.
Yeah, no doubt.
Radiant, they have an Observer. They have a Sentry. In this Tri-V-Tri, they have such a vision advantage, but they are still able to get the pull off here from Fnatic. I'm not sure how that happened. Considering the vision they have, I guess they just let them pull.
I think so.
Well, if it ends up just pushing back, it probably won't end up being the worst case scenario here, as Mason can just get some of the neutrals, guarantee it, and then he can also Shikuchi over there for that rune if he knows there's no sentry, but he doesn't want to risk it. But of course, we know that they didn't bring any detection.
Lone Druid grabs both up top. 3-1 on the bounty split. Fnatic winning that one. It'll actually give them a small net worth lead now.
Pepita ran all the way home. He's almost level 6 on the lone druid. And yeah, he's going to use it. He's looking for the root. Can't find it though. 2 swings. 3 swings. Nothing. 4 swings. And he finally gets it. And of course, then he's too far.
3 Underlord. Back down bottom. Try on try right now. Just waiting for action to break out.
They got a sentry delivered on the courier though. So instantly they're going to take away that safety of Mason to dive. Top lane, the Underlord is being hit again here. Oh, he might be dead. Oh, he is blocked in. There's nowhere to go. He's got a quelling and a tango, but is dead.
And back down bottom. Looks like we will see some initiation. Snowball across onto the Shadow Shaman. Mason able to find that kill. Jabs gets a counter the other way. Both Pepita and Moo's dead. And I think Mason also about to fall. The Edict just barely expires in time. This level 4 Weaver will scurry away. Not the trade they wanted.
Yeah, he knows the shrine is up as well, so he can at least get over there and come back. But yeah, solid stuff from Fnatic. Already a 2k lead, largely because of this top lane. No doubt about that. As he's currently at 3,500. The next highest in the game is 3k for the Razor.
Underlord is actually the lowest. This is one of the biggest disparities I think I've ever seen in a lane like that. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ice, Ice, Ice initiated on. The Ice Shards too much. Won't be able to get out. Meanwhile, back up top. Dive onto Pepita. MP in pretty far. Rotation from the Razor, but he's low, just using the Shrine. And MP will be able to just walk away.
Jesus, this is so tempting though with this ward. Like, they really want to go for this guy, but no one's nearby, and he's just waiting for Pepita to come share the shrine with him.
Pressure on Mason here for sure. This Weaver having a pretty good lane, but needs to keep this up. He's gone for the power treads. Some extra stats.
Mid lane just been a bit of a wash there, and you can already see that Abba does indeed have those Greaves queued up. I'd be pretty surprised if he did anything else, honestly, this game. It's just by far the most popular build on SF at the moment. We've had a couple Yules BKBs lately, but the Greaves are just absurd when you want to get these early game pushes going.
Yeah, there was a Blink Yules Shadow Fiend in the last game on the Grant Draskell stream yesterday, and it did not seem so good. Oracle going to get blown up. Almost survived for a second there, but Wu falls victim to the rotation. Yeah, you just need to survive, it feels like. When you go super glass cannon like that, you're one or two misplays and it gets punished so hard.
Yeah, but Blink Yules is hype, though. I mean, there's points for hypeness, right?
Yes.
Like
I mean, there are situations where that build works, but it's... Well, yeah, you're a glass cannon. High risk, high reward.
Oh, they get another sentry down, so the safety of Mason taken away again, and Abed is just sticking around down here. He's like, yeah, I think I'd like to pressure this Weaver a little. Like, he's not level 6 quite yet. I can triple raise him and he dies instantly. You can see Mason has to turn on the strike treads. He's like, oh shit. All right, he's toggling through a little bit here. Goes back to his Agi. He's playing, risking it for the biscuit here.
No glyph. Edict chewing through that tower, but Abed initiated on. Snowball, no way to interrupt. It's a great TP. Just barely makes it.
And up top, though, guess who's dead?
Pepita died solo to MP.
This bear is going to be a serious issue.
Well, down bottom, it's not over yet. Lesh in the tree line, thinking about a stun. Mason sidesteps it. Very nice. Now initiation onto jabs. Will secure the kill there. Leshrac falls shortly after. And with Tomato making a rotation, they've got more than enough to secure the kills they need. Using one of those bongo charges as well.
Well, top half of the map not going so well for Infamous. Bottom half, though, looking real good. They kind of turn around that whole rotation from Abed. A bit of wasted time for him now after all that, right? He just kind of came down there. They didn't really finish off the tower. They're able to turn it back onto the Leshrac, too. And then Tomato with a nice rotation in. And Pepita getting that recovery in the mid lane. He's already back up to 6. Now they're going to put Mason in the 1v1 versus the Bear. Looking for that root. Whew. Whew.
Yeah, not level 6 yet on the Weaver. I think 1 XP actually away from having time lapse. So I guess the one upside here is that Lone Druid is going for Radiance. He's about halfway through pulling up that gold. If they could manage to kill him once or twice before the Radiance, that will minimize some of this early effectiveness compared to what they're getting down bottom. But that's a big if, and it doesn't look like Infamous are making those rotations yet. They've lost that bottom tier 1, trying to decide what they want to do, if they want to pick a fight in their own jungle or go elsewhere.
No, it's a lot of damage they have to get through. What levels is Oracle? Level 6. They have a chance here. 720 HP. It's just so hard to play around the fear.
Uh-oh, rooted again.
Try and kill that bear, but don't have the damage.
Still pretty tough. Mason doesn't even have a Blight Stone right now, so a little bit limited on damage output.
There is a
Jabs
skill for a tomb here. If he wants it, he can just pop down those trees, get it all up in his face, and he drops the ward from the other side.
Here it is. This is the rotation we were talking about. MP just gets destroyed with the snowball.
He got spotted by the creeps.
Hello, Jabs. Good to see you.
Out.
Don't worry, bud. We got a first-class ticket for you. It's going back home.
Waste of a ward there, too. And now DJ was in the middle trying to use his catapult, maybe thinking about dropping the wards, but he'll end up just dumping his own ward and leaving, while Ice is still just level 6. But they might team up on Moose here.
Potential setup. Pretty good positioning on the south side of the tower. Really giving them an easy initiation. Abed. What's he got coming out on the courier? Is that more mech goodies? Yep,
DJ's doing the math here. He's like, can I kill this tower? If there's another wave coming. I'm not sure if they know that DJ's there. They never saw him leave because there's ward here. They saw him come down, or it looked like they did. Maybe they didn't, actually. Oh, they're just going to smoke up and head mid. DJ's just kind of stuck waiting to rotate.
And look at this Underlord, man. He's got a headdress and a stout shield.
This is a good instance of the courier giving away a smoke. It's flying right over top of that dire ward, and they know they're there, and that's why they're able to scan like that. So that's going to save the lone druid. Now, they know this tower is obviously very low already at this point. The bear just ran into them. Yep. Nice play there from MP. He's been really on in the micro in these lone druid games, too. Just like scouting out like that.
They have a ward, though.
Into his units.
So they saw him run up into the tree line. They have a general idea of where he is, and they might still be able to find him.
Well, it looks like while we're watching that, Pepita gets nuked in the mid lane.
Still 3 seconds on the TP for the lone druid. And they're just going to let it go. Moo's not going to look too much.
DJ is really holding these snakes a lot longer than most shamans. Like, a lot of shamans would have just dumped them down here and taken this tower. But he knows the waves need to clear too fast and didn't feel like it was going to be enough. And Ice is able to clear up the tower himself down bottom. Moose still chasing after him with the mango.
Weaver's coming. They're ready to set this up, but they need an interrupt. Do they have it? Snowball.
Oh my god, those bugs just barely missed him. Couldn't get the vision.
Close call there for the Leshrac.
MP's looking for the root.
Not finding the roots.
Nothing.
Still going to come into this tower. 5k net worth lead. Infamous would really like to keep this alive, but they can't. They do, however, secure the deny. Nicely done by Papita. Other side, Snowball does connect onto jabs. A Walrus Punch helps sets up the kill, and he's down.
And they're starting to shove down these towers here, though, and that's all without the SF even really like joining in with the Greaves or whatever. Like, that's a solo push down bottom from the Leshrac, and then just a minor grouping mid. Like, they still have a lot of tools that aren't even being used yet in between the wards and the Guardian Greaves.
Mech is out. Quest for the Guardians begins. Also an Aether Lens out on Shadow Shaman. Pretty good for 14 minutes. He's actually super farmed for a support. 4k net worth.
Yeah, thank you, Undying. I mean, they have a lot of towers, too, and he has almost 40 last hits, too.
Been farming pretty well in between these skirmishes.
Like a smoke up here or something, eh? They're grouping. Maybe a kill into Roche or something. DJ actually is missed with the smoke, so he's just going to catch the wave mid. And how do they catch Mason, though, without DJ is the question. If they run into this Weaver, he should not die. I don't think the Atos will be enough.
Okay, unless Ice hits like a godlike split earth, it's going to be pretty hard. And even so, Mason rotating up top to join his team ends up being great timing.
Look at Abed. He just leaves the smoke. He's like, yeah, I think I'll just go farm this wave.
Very close to the Guardians now in mid. TP in from Tusk. Kind of ready and waiting there, but moves with a snowball. Gets a small reset. Walrus Punch. He survived. Might set it up for the Lash as Pepita comes in. Mason. Ooh, he gets the ultimate. False Promise will keep him alive, but he needs some more heals. He will pop. Finishes off Lash first. Getting healed up. Doesn't take much damage at all. Abed now on the run alongside Jab. Pepita. He's trying to TP him ahead. Is it actually going to be the play, or should he cancel? He does not cancel it. They still continue to pursue onto Jabs, and on the other side, a good thought, but unfortunately not going to yield the returns they were hoping for.
All right, he's going to zap the wave, and then he's leaving. They instantly pinged him because they were worried he might try a little play down there. But, man, Moose, I got to say, has really been pushing the limits of this Tusk play. Like, every time I look at him, he's at about 20% HP or something like that. You see that TP in there, all those enemies around, he's able to kind of force a bad fight there for Fnatic. And what a shards!
He's going to charge forward. He's going to pay with his own life that time.
It's like, aha, I have blocked you, but yeah, not going to work out.
How's our lone druid doing? Haven't checked in on MP. No radiance yet. So actually, what I suggested is pretty much what Infamous did. They've really slowed down this timing and momentum he had from the lane.
He hasn't really died, though, has he? He died the one time, but I guess he was forced out, though, when they all rotated top. That is true.
Yep. They tried to kill him a few other times, just didn't quite secure the kill. Still, I mean, he's number 1 on net worth, but not by much. Razor's still nipping at his heels, and he's going to have Guardians before too long, just farming up that last recipe.
That's a nice counterplay, actually. Oh, the self-purge, nice play from Wu there. The ultimate counter to the Atos.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Mason just doing Mason things. He has the Dragonlance, and he's going right into the MKB after.
Tower is under attack.
All right.
No Deso this game, no value or anything. I guess the
Tomato charging in. He gets the ult from Oracle. Can afford to be pretty aggressive here. He's stolen a lot of... Okay, not that much damage.
So you see the Razor now? He's got that nice big thing. He's like, big heal.
Yeah.
The icon. There you go.
I don't know why I thought Link was channeling for so long. Only stole 66. I guess it is still level 2.
Yeah, that one scales pretty well. Oh, Albert, he...
Close one.
Wind up for the ulti on that one. I thought maybe he would, but they really want to save it for the big fight, it seems.
That was one of those moments where it almost seemed like Abed wasn't really expecting them to walk up there. You know, like it was...
Yeah.
They somehow had vision or something, so he just wanted to scare him back.
Radiant's top tower is under
A lot of aggression coming out of Fnatic right now, maintaining this 5k net worth lead, but Infamous have done a good job stopping the bleeding. If you look at the graph, it's been pretty flatlined around this mark for the last 10 minutes.
Now DJ is trying to tell the team what to do. Go Roche. Plops down the snakes. Could probably use SF for this one. Still nuke the wave and then come join them. And we'll see the increase in speed here, I'm sure, with the help of the SF aura. Only level 2 though.
They do it reasonably fast. Definitely slow enough that Infamous could react, but does not seem like that will be the case. Instead, just farming out their jungle, pushing out that bottom wave.
That increased edict, man. I mean, level 3 is almost level 4, what level 4 previously was, and then you have a whole new level of power available for the Leshrac. So all that physical damage being amplified. And almost more importantly, honestly, is going to be the experience, because that timing is coming almost directly on track for Fnatic. That level 15 talent going to be ready here soon for Abed.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Abed,
attack.
yep.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It is the presence of the aura affecting buildings. Lapita maybe caught here, stunned up, feared. Damage would have been there, but Oracle with the save will use the false promise. Now initiation onto Abed. He's the Aegis carrier, trying to channel the ulti. It won't happen. Mason now rejoining the party. Still does not have the MKB, but Aegis gone, tier 2 still standing,
DJ.
even Tombstone deployed. Pretty good for him.
Side stab. Like popped over there and hexed them so they couldn't chase Abed. That was really nice.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Power does end up going down. Hard to prevent against all this siege power from Fnatic. But Guardians are now up on Tomato, so they have some tools. Pipe also going to be coming for Underlord. A little farming to go, but it's on the way.
Oh, are they getting all 4 bounties? Yep.
That's a very bad sign for Infamous. Now 7k lead. I'm really curious to see how much damage this Weaver's going to be able to do with just like the straight MKB after the Dragonlance. I haven't seen this build very often lately. But I guess it's because he's up against like the range of the Shadow Fiend, as well as just trying to get tanky to survive if he gets hexed up. But you can see DJ Invis Rune, as well as a Glimmer Cape here.
Oh, he still got him. There's the Hex, Shackles. But it's the Oracle. Mason nearby with the bugs. Oracle could still maybe live here. No, not enough. Did not have the ultimate ready. Still on cooldown for another 15.
Those early levels of Oracle, man. Brutal.
Still level 1. Yep. Oh, yeah. He's got the tome, but...
Yeah, I think he just bought that, too.
100 to 65. Big difference.
I guess it's... at least they didn't know, right? That his ulti was down. Just because it was still a little close on the time. He was only like 10 seconds away. Or they could have just went for the Weaver.
Mm-hmm. Little split pressure down bottom from Tomato. Like S and Y will be his next item of choice. Level 15 soon, but not the most exciting talents on Razor.
Kind of curious what he'll go for. Maybe the speed, just because he's up against the Leshrac and the Lone Druid.
I was kind of thinking the damage steal, just so he ensures they don't have any damage problems.
No, I mean, they're both very good, honestly. The damage link is also really good against Lone Druid, too.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it might be a little tough because the SF and the Leshrac are pretty hard to leech off of, but he also has the Spirit Bear as well as the Undying, who can be a very easy meat sack. So, upon reflection, I think I'll go with the Static Link.
Okay. That's true. Undying is one of those heroes that Razor is not upset with. Oh, you want to get in my face? All right, bud. Oh, Hex. Initiation from Fnatic, but Infamous is ready for this, and they want to go in. Moose does charge forward, but Shackle on top of the wards. A lot of damage coming out onto this Razor, but I don't know if they'll be able to finish him off. Oracle's there in time with the False Promise, and Tomato lives. Did steal some damage from the Bear, but the Link gets broken reasonably early. Now, Dust used. Mason forced to pop the time lapse into a Hex. This could be the end of Mason. Weaver down, no buyback, but Pita ultimate channeled. He'll make it back into the well, but not good for Infamous.
No. You saw Abed skilled up in the middle of that fight. Give me the talent and say goodbye to your buildings. Nice Warp Staff.
Broken almost immediately. Fnatic playing around it very well.
And that was purchased by Abed too. Like really good thinking there in terms of his itemization on the core.
Barracks still being held. Fnatic struggling to commit a lot up to the high ground, and the Bear might actually get left behind. Trying to heal it up. I don't know how far out they want to chase. Oracle will root it, so maybe that'll be enough to secure the kill. They want heroes. They're going to let the Bear go, it seems. Instead, they'll try to grab Jab, Snowball. It's there in time, and they will end up getting a kill. And they do defend their high ground despite losing that tier 3.
So now then, with that gone, we basically start thinking about shrines in the next Roche. One of those games. You can see it wasn't still that easy, despite the big lead they had. They weren't able to just like straight up close out on laner Axe, even with kind of some heavy kills to start that off. So still some opportunities here for Infamous. Probably going to be looking for some smoke plays soon. But
MKB up on Mason. I think BKB has to be the next choice.
I don't know if he can afford to, though. Like, does he try and go a little bit more damage here? Although I'm not sure exactly how he can do that this game.
Wait, there's a point where extra damage becomes significant diminishing returns if you can't survive long enough to use them. There's my big concern. I mean, I guess if they catch a fight properly, if Mason's in the back line, he's just doing damage, so it doesn't really matter if he builds Glass Cannon, but can't always start off fights that way, especially with this Underlord so underfarmed and comparatively behind. You don't have this really beefy frontline initiator that you'd probably normally be relying on in this scenario.
Yeah, a bit of a tough one.
Not sure.
I definitely don't mind BKB. I think BKB is definitely like the default, like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to get this game. I just wonder if it'll be enough. But they are just going to drop the wards. They come down. The Bear as well. No glyph, and this just might be a lane of barracks. I don't know how much they can do here. Weaver caught, and they have to snowball and false promise him just to survive. They won't be able to save the barracks, and that's where this game gets scary. If it stays like this, Fnatic can just rinse and repeat and keep taking these objectives. Hard for Infamous to fight into all that, even if it is their high ground. Yeah, another good reason for the Dragonlance, so as you can see, like Mason trying to use that range to take down the wards, and yet he still gets hexed up and controlled thanks to the long range of the Shaman. Yeah, DJ even thinking about Aghanims here. Aghanims Refresher, the only things he has queued up. What a life. 650 away from having the Ags. And that'll be in time with the next Roche, likely. They got to find an aggressive play here from Infamous. I mean, obviously it's difficult to execute, but they don't really have a choice. They can't just lie back and wait here. They are going to lose this game. The Razor's falling off pretty hard. Mason's at a peak with that MKB purchase. He saved up for it for so long and hasn't really found an engagement with it. And the Razor's going to keep falling off too.
Yeah, I think Razor definitely making the right choice to skip the S and Y for now and just turn that into a BKB. At least that gives them something to fight around. You know, if you complete that, you got a couple really long charges where you can hopefully win some team fights. S and Y not going to do that for you.
She's a slow burn. Leading in kills for Infamous, but obviously not leading in game state here. Looks like
overall farm very much in favor of Fnatic.
A slow closeout here for them. And the Wombo combo potential. All right, they're going to try. This is their big aggressive smoke here. Hobbit doesn't have the BKB yet. He's a great target.
There's the Aghanims on the Shadow Shaman, though. Very spread out. Both sides struggling to find a good initiation. Malice comes down. Good at delaying the inevitable here, but he'll get hexed. Roster wards come, and there are the shackles. That Underlord lives, compliments of the Oracle, but for how long? Pepita in big trouble. He's going to pop, and I think it'll be the end of him. It shall. No buyback. Tower under siege. No glyph. Up in 5.
Yeah,
they just don't have the damage to deal with this.
No, they have
Their
no
hard carry
damage.
Weaver is just not cutting it.
Yeah, it's like Weaver just does damage so slowly, like long drawn out fights, but they have Greaves and Undying.
And this is why you need that BKB. He's able to live this time thanks to the snowball, but it's so much damage. The fear's used, Tusk goes down, the Weaver won't live, and this could be the beginning of the end, and there it is. GG, called by Pepita. We're going to a game 3.
That did not look like game 1. This looked more like the Fnatic that we were kind of anticipating coming to the series, but Infamous, of course, snagging game 1 in relatively dominant fashion, and then Fnatic doing the same. So we'll see who comes out on top, I guess, of the better draft next time. This one, it felt really good for Fnatic. This was definitely an extremely on-theme, very meta draft. I feel like we saw several of these heroes together at the Minor, too. It's just all centered around this Greaves SF.